Like to know we're recording? We are recording. I think this music's copyrighted. Don't know. It's a good question. That's good enough. I'm here in a Cayman GT4. It's a car that recently I've been completely obsessed over. I absolutely love it. I've had the opportunity to see a few. Got riding one at Dunsfold, and I chose to go in the GT4 over a Lamborghini Huracan with an exhaust on it. Like, I love this car. I may as well explain what it's all about. If I don't stall. Didn't stall. It's a good start. Especially I love going straight and going fast around tracks and everything. You'll see from a lot of my content, it's not that. I love a bit of slidey action, and that car can do this. This car can do that, as I shall now demonstrate. And I love it. I love it so much. But it can also do some of that straight stuff, and we'll show you. But it's all me. It's all me. I'm doing everything. I'm changing gear. And in this game, I'm healing and towing myself. There's an option to turn it on or off. Turn it off and although it's dodgy heel and toe because I don't really know what I'm doing, it's all me that's doing it. Oh, too much angle. Yep. Way to show off how capable it is by messing up myself. But yeah, we're at Silverstone, the most recent F1 Grand Prix, at the point of recording at least. These corners here, I am so bad at. It's a lot of fun though. Wow. So what I think I'm going to do, I'll do what I did for a little series I did a while ago. Do one straight lap where I push as hard as I can to get a good lap time, and then one sideways lap where I'll slide it about and have a bit of fun and talk about how that feels. There might not be much talking in the first one because concentration mode and all that. It's a good way to get into your quick lap. Here we go. I am going to quickly put on that to see how fast we're going. 120. Cool. My conversion isn't very good. Bit sideways through there, but the quickest way around the corner is where all four wheels are pointing in the same direction. So I guess that works. I think I was a bit too early on the brakes, don't get too sideways. It's pretty hard through these slow corners, however, not to get sideways, and I think that's just because I'm a bit too aggressive on the throttle, I guess is the right way of putting it. Around that corner though, it's absolutely lovely, and you do have a lot of grip in this car around some of the fast corners, and that's helped by the massive wing up back, which is added to the GT4 variant of the 981 Cayman, I believe. Get my Porsches right would help. Now we're on the 718 with its turbocharged 4-cylinder. And that's why this car is so special, I think. It's probably going to be the last naturally aspirated Cayman, unless this new GT4 ends up naturally aspirated like some people have been saying. But it's just so special, and the noise is it's so good. And I don't think you can get that in a 911. I love the 911. I love the new GT3, the Gen 2 991. It's probably my favourite car, but in this, with manual gearbox and everything in a small package, mid-engined, you get that space, you get that usability, and people do use them pretty much every day. There are some people out there that use it as often as possible, and it's possible. And I've always asked myself, would I have this over a 911? I don't think I'd have it over GT3, but I'd have this over a normal 911 every single day. Even with the manual gearbox, and I knew I had to do long journeys, I would take this. I think it's worth that compromise. And you can push it like I am in this lap, and it is so capable. Oh, bit of late braking. It might be capable, I might not be. Because there we go, completely sideways. Speaking of sideways, we should take this lap a bit more fun. Like the Instagram Sideways Sid, the YouTube Insta Sideways Sid does with his yellow Cayman GT4. He enjoys to take it sideways. And I think part of that playfulness adds to the character of the car. Go slow, turn in. And you can just dab on the brakes. Oh, didn't make up, but you know. On the brakes. Bit of shoddy heel and toe. Awesome. Awesome. Really is an awesome car. And with what, 380 maybe horsepower, it's not the quickest car, and there's been talks of the new Supra having more power, and that's the car that's always been a little sports car, and the Focus RS has what, 300 and something horsepower as well. It's not the quickest car in the world. And it's really the point. You go on like a mountain road or a canyon pass or a B road, you have fun. You can have fun. You're not always breaking a lot. It's still a quick car. You can't this that at all. But when it's compared to what, 500 horsepower Porsche 911, it is a slower car. It's so special in that sense. So special. Because it does so much for what it has. What 300 and something horsepower, and it's like this much fun. It just proves that you don't need horsepower to have fun. And that's why they show up in value as well. What were they, 60 something odd, 60, 70 odd, depending on specification, and they hit nearly 100 or 100 plus, and now they're around 95 to 100. Still a bargain. I want to get sideways through here. Here we go. And then, yeah, reel it out. On the brakes. Bit too early. Bit too early. Yeah. My fault. Get to that 8 grand, it's literally the limit. You know, when you hit it, you start to hear a bit of a crackle, like you're pushing it too hard. Time for another lap where I push it as hard as I can. There's a big difference in this and a 911 around these corners. Doesn't like trail braking half as much, which is obvious because the 911 is rear engined and it's nice to put some weight on the front end. This, not so much. Try not to get sideways through here. Oh, a little bit. Left foot brake. So I can balance it through that corner. There we go, over the curb. Just full throttle through there. It's just so nice, just having these 3 pedals to play with and pushing it yourself. I'll stick with gear 3. No, not. Be really careful through here. Get to this curb and then you can start to floor it. Come up quite far, however, otherwise I was going to slide. I could feel it with the rear and front end. They were kind of on edge, and if I pushed any further I would have kicked it out a little bit. This corner is always a question mark for me. Not very good around here. Tried to push it. And then onto these, which I should know the name of. They've got quite a interesting name if I remember correctly. Maggots and Beckett's, I think. Maggots and Beckett's. Maggots, Beckett, I don't know. Something like that, but you get round it and it's difficult. I drove an F1 car here recently in game and oh, the grip through that corner. You're basically flat for the entire thing. And up a gear. On the brakes. Fourth. Third. Do it wrong. I can tell I know exactly what I did then. That was a silly mistake, but I was slowing down so it didn't affect it too much. Oh, same problem. Not thinking. That's what's happening. Other than this last few shifts where I wasn't really thinking, absolutely wonderful. Well, that was amazing. No, it's the Cayman GT4, and I just hope that solidifies in your brain that this is one of the best cars ever in simulators, in real life. It just is, and I think it's the engagement this car gives you. It's so small in comparison to what the 911s of the world, where they're not big in any sense of the word. Especially in Porsche's lineup, with their other cars being what, SUVs and panoramas, whatever they're called. This is it's just amazing. It's just amazing, and that naturally aspirated 6-cylinder. Is amazing. That was amazing, that sound. Down to 50 miles per hour. One last thing to do. What was that? Incredible. This decides for me that if I was in any server online, any race, I would go for something like this. It's just the most fun, that manual shift, that everything. You know what, that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Having fun. As cheesy as that sounds. But having fun. And end. Wowzer.